from the snakes and they slime. Stay away from the patients, they grimy. Not teaching no lessons, I'm just being honest. 600 the block, the label, the set. Roll the dice on me, place your bet. I'm a nigga that's harder than me that you met. Get your body hit out in the valley like rain. I've been ballin' so hard.
It is the 5th of May, 2024. It is 9:33 in the morning, and I've got a very important video. I've got my software-defined radio and a Tiny SA spectrum analyzer, a Tiny SA Ultra. And what I'm going to be doing is showing V2K/subliminal messaging activity occurring in the kilohertz range that you can show with this $120 spectrum analyzer and this free AirSpy software-defined radio software. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. It's very, very simple. And this is reading a continuous 24-hour-a-day gigantic blast with an extremely unsafe value that also has this discrete communication writing inside of it. And I've been harassed with this technology since 2015. I've got a neighbor that is affiliated either directly or indirectly in some cog in this gigantic government machine that likes to attack its own citizens, especially if you speak out against something that they do on the low. So the war crimes that have been occurring, the transcranial stimulation, the fraud, for lack of a better way to put it, in a quick, direct way, that our own country does to us on the daily. And it's extremely hypocritical to blast a beam of electrons at a person while you tell them to go the speed limit and make them pay to register their vehicle. It's illegal. And with more videos like this, more people understanding what's happening, more research, we can put an end to this. Here is a completely unbiased piece of equipment called the Tiny SA Ultra. This is a spectrum analyzer, and I've got this set to read at a max of 1 megahertz. So we're reading 0 hertz all the way up to 1 megahertz. And you see this activity here. That's enough to make even somebody who's brand new to radio frequency say, well, that looks like a lot. And it's happening at the very far left, meaning it's happening on the lower range. And now, while there is a great deal of activity happening to the right of this in the megahertz range, right now, for the sake of this video, I want to show you guys what's happening at this kilohertz range. So this is a very long distance. It goes through walls easily. Kilohertz radio frequency has got ridiculous range. And it's also a nervous system response. So you see this value here. We're reading 9 to 10 dBm. And when I put my hand on it, it should increase. Yep, it just did. It's about 10 dBm now with my hand on it, while it was sitting at 9.6 prior. So that shows me that I'm being struck with that stronger than the open air is here. So you see this activity here, you see that spiking, knowing that that's definitely going to be a problem with the floor sitting at -70. So that is about an 80-point signal that's being shot into my body here and shot into my house. And it's not just a toxic, harmful signal. This modulation type is pulse radar frequency hot modulation, which is super dangerous. It causes nervous system response. That modulation style causes nervous system response. It causes auditory response. And it's dangerous all by itself just in the range that it's at. So it's dangerous by range, it's dangerous by power, and it's dangerous by modulation type. So that's 3 different reasons to worry about this signal. And it's also, believe it or not, got secret communication writing inside of it. So this has got a harmonic of human speech. That is a voice clip. An AI voice clip. It's a smart voice clip. So this is the targeting program using radio frequencies locked onto a person that go through walls using smart voice clips, where they could have a agent or whatever else you want to call them add in verbal cues, harassment, or anything else in real time. This is the same way that they would communicate to a non-targeted person to subliminal message or influence their thought process, I theorize. And this isn't just communication, this is also brain state manipulation, degradation. When your brain state is degraded, you're much more pliable, or malleable, I should say. So let me set this back up to where I was, even though this is pretty clear activity there too. So 26 kilohertz, you see voice. And what is the spike at? 26 kilohertz. And there's more spikes too. And then I could go to the left and you see that it's an even stronger value. Wait for it, see. It's even stronger. So we'll see what happens when we go down there. And you see, it's even stronger. So that's VTK, that's subliminal messaging, and I swear to God that is. And obviously it needs to be demodulated so you can see what the message is. But that's what all those filters and stuff could be used for. And so that's it. That's what we're all being hit with. That's how we're being communicated to. And this is one range of frequency that is happening at. So you see that this is definitely happening, right? Now that can still happen in megahertz range too. So this is kilohertz, this is lower. This can happen in megahertz range. This can happen in gigahertz range. So this is just one example of this technology being used. And the same thing could be done in megahertz and gigahertz ranges. But it changes a little bit. Like the megahertz range, I'm usually assaulted with directed energy dew shots with at 100 megahertz around. The gigahertz range is used as a horrible, horrible weapon also, but that range is a little bit different from my perspective. So this is extremely long range. They can use this to communicate messages to you continuously until the day that you die. So it's extremely serious that this is stopped. So once again, that's a completely digital harmonic. It's at a perfect tempo. So that is not natural to the environment. So that is being transmitted at me. And that proves it 100% without a doubt. And you see these spikes here. Okay. Why would you have a department, a federal communications department, and not respond to activity like this, where the signal strength is 80 points and I'm being targeted with it in narrow band at various different frequencies? This is just one example. Where even the Canadian health government, with a country a fraction of the size of the United States, their health and safety guidelines say, hey, special attention needs to be paid to this range of kilohertz to megahertz. Because why? Because it causes nervous system response and audio response as well. As we see here, as we see through Dr. Alan Frey's studies, the Sharp effect, the Frey effect, modulating voice, having a computer and an antenna system transmitted at a person. The entire United States is wired to do this. And where is the investigation? We're all non-investigative subjects being targeted and tortured. While we pay our taxes, we've been obeying all the laws, but we're attacked. And these organizations that are in place, to the tune of billions of dollars every year of our taxpayer dollars, every single one of them is colluding against us to enable and allow this to continue. It is pathetic, it is disgusting, and it needs to end.